You guys are friends.
Yeah, me and my baby daddy friends before anything.
Is he like, have any idea how big you are right now?
He know now, and he's shocked because he said people in jail be singing all my songs, and you know, it's people in jail with phones.
Yo.
What?
Imagine a bunch of men in jail singing PoundTown. That would be the soundtrack I don't want in a men's prison.
No,
PoundTown.
he said it's a gay boy in there. He said the boy walking around PoundTown, just left PoundTown.
And he's probably actually just left PoundTown in the shower.
The rapper Sexy Red had just recently made a visit to a local high school where she made a donation to the school. And this had people questioning, was it appropriate for a female rapper whose most famous song is about getting pounded? Was it appropriate for her to be invited to a high school filled with young, impressionable teenagers? And the answer is, yeah. In the black community, yeah, that was appropriate. Because apparently, you know, in the black community, we are what we allow. You know, and there are many examples, you know, where foolishness and debauchery are allowed or are at least excused in the black community, you know, on a grand scale. And look, I'm in no way mad at the rapper Sexy Red or even at the students because, you know, I'll be excited too. You know, if Lil' Kim came to my high school back in the 90s, what? I'll be singing all her songs like Crushing You. I'll be like, I know you see me in the video. True. I know you heard me on the radio. True. But you still don't pay me no attention. Listening to what your girlfriends mention. He's a slut. He's a hoe. He's a freak. Got a different girl every day of the week. So look, I totally understand where the kids are coming from. I really do, even as an old man. And why Sexy Red will show up if invited. I mean, this is great PR for her, you know? So who I'm upset with and disappointed in are the adults. You know, the school administrators, the principal, and so on. Because when you allow something like this, you give off the message that you support the lyrics of promiscuity in the song PoundTown. But anyway, here are some low-level Negroes proving once again why the black community will not flourish.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Sexy Red. Now, Sexy Red, of course, she performs the My Vagina Pink, My Booty Hole Brown, that record. All right? So recently, she went to a school, and she went to basically, people thought she was there to perform. But she cleared that up. She said, I actually didn't perform. It was prom week. I went up there to give the girls bundles and boys money for haircuts because I remember when I needed help with my prom stuff. It was trending. People were kind of upset. You know, they left comments like the principal should be fired, taking teenagers to PoundTown, no way. The administration that allowed this to happen needs to be shamed and fired because this is beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying because once again, you're getting off the wrong message to the students. You know, you can't be upset when students act all, you know, wild and so, you know, engage into like a lot of sexual activities and things like nature if you don't put certain parameters against it by like at least saying that we don't tolerate this. We don't, you know, support this. You know, if you want to take the money from her for her donations, that's great. She wants to donate to the school. That's great. But to invite her there, it sends off the wrong message.
No, so did your high schools have performers come that kids listen to? Common sense would be that she didn't perform anything vulgar for the children. People are saying, well, why is she going to high school instead of colleges? That's what they're saying.
So the administration that allowed someone to come into the school and provide resources for the students should be fired. That makes zero sense to me. She didn't.
It's funny. These guys are always concerned about image with how black people are being perpetuated in media and so forth. But when it comes to what we do to ourselves, they're okay. They don't care. But if they're being denigrated by their so-called white man, then they worry about that. Once again, people are going to treat you the way you treat yourself or treat your own.
Didn't perform. You know what I mean? If she had performed that song, that might be inappropriate for kids, even though these kids are listening to it on their streaming services every day. But if she had came in and performed, that'd be different. Now, I did see a video where she walked in and flipped off everybody.
Yeah, she gave everybody a middle finger.
That was inappropriate.
And then,
you know what I mean, for that crowd.
And then she did the, I guess, the booty hole brown, the booty hole sign? Or was that a gang sign?
That's the Kappa sign.
I thought it was booty hole sign.
I have no idea.
But anyway, so people are mad at it. Look, she's an artist. And as a kid, when artists used to go to my high school, yes, of course they're going to play. They say vulgar stuff in their records, but she wasn't performing. She was actually giving back. And even if she did perform, I understand parents might not like it, but these are high school students. They listen to it all day long.
I wouldn't want her to perform. No. If she performed, that is on the administration, because
for DJ Envy to say that, you know, the kids listen to this music, they know about it, it doesn't matter. I mean, that's very disingenuous, you know, and it shows that this is beyond blurred lines. This basically means that there's no boundary. I mean, if that's the case, you know, I might as well take my kid to a strip club, you know, because they know about, you know, what a stripper is or something like that. I might as well show it to them. You know, I might as well play, you know, some type of sexual content on the computer because they know about that stuff. That makes no sense. Just because the kids listen to the music or you know that they have access to it doesn't mean that you make it easier for them. You still got to put up guardrails and parameters for children to make them start thinking and start second guessing things, because that helps make them build their ethics and morality as they get older.
You know, usually these songs come with parental advisory stickers.
Correct.
Right? So it's up to the parents to determine whether or not, you know, these kids should be listening to this music. So if you did bring in an artist like that who had those type of explicit lyrics, there should have been some type of form that went out that said, hey, we're going to have a performance from Sexy Red. Do you want your child to be a part of this performance? But she did not perform.
No, she didn't perform.
So to your point, yes, rappers make explicit music. That's what rappers do. Male, female, it doesn't matter. They've made explicit music historically throughout the years. That should not take away from any good deeds that they do. This young lady decided to do a good deed at this school.
Yeah,
she provided haircuts and she provided bundles.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. She didn't perform.
I need to look at what is bundles. I know they said she provided haircuts for young boys, which nowadays a lot of young men are not getting haircuts, they're growing their hair out. But what the hell's a bundle? Hold on a second. Bundle, like bundle, cable bundle? All right, so black woman bundle. Really? This is what they... Yo. I didn't know this is what a bundle was. A bundle is basically just a weave. she's providing haircuts for young men and weave for young ladies. Yo, what kind of shit is this? This is another reason why the black community is not going to grow. You're providing weave for young ladies? Come on, man. This is yo. I have a 10-year-old daughter. She ain't wearing no weave. I'll tell you that much. And I know her mother agrees with me on that regard, because you're a kid. You got to know that you're beautiful. You're, God's creation. You're flourishing. I mean, you got to feed some positive energy into your children, especially young girls, so they don't think they need all this stuff. Damn. Look at this stuff, man. It's crazy. Hell, man, my daughter ain't wearing this shit, man. And she bought this for the young ladies. That right there sends another bad message. That basically say you ain't beautiful unless you have some European, Indian looking type of hair on your scalp. I mean, come on. If you're gonna say black is beautiful, then go ahead and act like black is beautiful. Have your natural hair. I personally, with black women, I like when they have that little Afro puff. I don't know where you pull the hair back and they have that little Afro puff. To me, that's cute. I like that look.
And let's not get it twisted. Like, you look at all these concerts and festivals, Rolling Loud and all that, you got to be 16 and over. So these kids are hearing the music, but to have them perform, you're right. If they got, parental approval, then that's not a problem.
But she didn't perform. All she did was do a good deed. So I don't have a problem with this young lady doing a good deed.
Hello, who's this?
Emerson.
What's your name?
Emerson.
Hey, what's up, bro? What's your thoughts?
On Sexy Red, I don't think she should have went up there. All due respect to her, but we didn't flaunt. Even though we listened to that type of music in high school, we didn't flaunt it.
That's a damn
I don't know
lie.
about that. I mean, all the school parties, we danced to it. I mean, there wasn't a problem.
Yeah, but at the school gymnasium, no, we didn't bring it out like that.
Oh, no, you're right, but she didn't perform, though.
She didn't perform.
Oh, she didn't. Okay, well, if she went there to do a good deed, then all respect to her. But performing that would have been a different story.
Oh, no, I agree. If she performed, like we grew up off Uncle Luke. I loved Uncle Luke back in the day. They wasn't bringing no Uncle Luke to perform for no high school, though. You know what I'm saying? So that I can understand if she would perform, people being upset. But her just doing a good deed, no, I'm not mad at that.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what's up? It's Sean from VA.
Sean from VA, 757-804.
757, baby. You know what it is.
Hampton Roads area, bro. Talk to us. So what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that, man. I mean, if she went and actually did the performance, I don't think that would have been a good look. If she just went to drop some money off and show her face, that was cool. But if they said she performed, that's crazy.
She
and I
didn't
can only imagine.
perform. She didn't. Tell my brother. She did not perform.
No, she didn't perform.
Okay. If she didn't perform, that's different. But that's the problem. I think most people thinking is what happened because imagine.
I think that they were playing her music though. So yeah, she didn't perform, but I think the DJ was there playing her music from what I saw for the video. I could be wrong, but
Uncle Luke coming in our era with 2 Live Crew to perform at our high school.
That would be crazy.
Let me tell you something. Me and Breakfast Club listeners are usually on the same wavelength. I just said the same exact thing. I love our listeners because they got common sense for the most part.
But it's also not her fault if she walks in the building and the DJ plays her record. Like that's what happened.
They had a DJ?
Yeah, they played her music when she walked in.
They shouldn't have had no DJ.
Yeah, I mean, because she probably had to get on the mic and explain what she was doing.
Man, teachers probably was so confused. Did she say what is pink and what is brown? What?
yeah, they did have a DJ from what I saw in the video. So, like I said, she did not perform. I believe that. I'll go with that. But I'm sure they played the beats. You know what I'm saying? They probably didn't play the lyrics, but they played the beat. You know, the instrumentals and so forth. But once again, it's the image. It's the not the image. It's the message you're sending. That's what's very important, especially in our community. I mean, subtle things are very important, especially in the Black community, due to the fact that our community is basically at the bottom of the totem pole in American society.
Hello, who's this?
Man, it's exclusive. What up?
What's up, bro? Talk to us. What's your thoughts on Sexy Red?
Man, I'm kind of like Uncle Charlotte say. They should have got the full context of everything before they made a judgment on it. Because I think it was a great thing that she did just because she made a song. Hey, man, I would have been great if Uncle Luke would have did it back in the day when I was in school.
Jesus Christ. That's the third Uncle Luke reference this morning.
Uncle Luke, by the way, Uncle Luke was way more explicit than Sexy Red.
Absolutely.
I don't care what y'all say, because, by the way, Uncle Luke was telling us what the color of feces was. All right?
Doodoo Brown.
Doodoo Brown. You know what I'm saying?
You stupid.
And by the way, it takes a person from a certain community to know that these girls need bundles. I ain't never heard nobody. By the way, I ain't never heard nobody buy a bunch of girls a pack of bundles. Drop on the clues bomb for Sexy Red for really caring about our people.
That's a mockery, man. The fact that, I mean, I don't even know he's being serious. He's being sarcastic. Charlamagne the God. I can't tell, but that's really a mockery. I mean, the fact that, like I said, we're promoting buying young Black girls fake hair that depicts of European woman or South Asian woman. I mean, this is not hair from Africa, you know what I'm saying? But we were talking about, you know, Black power and all that stuff like that, but we were wearing the image of other races and other type of people. How does that make sense? That doesn't show empowerment. That shows weakness.
All right, we hear about haircuts all the time. I provide haircuts every summer back home in Moncks Corner, South Carolina when I do my book bag drive. Now you got me thinking I got to step my game up and provide some bundles, Sexy Red.
You know what? Because during the car show, I give free haircuts. Monster,
Yes.
free haircuts. So now
I'm doing bundles this year because of you, Sexy Red. Because we already do I do my book bag
bundles
drive.
be expensive, though.
And by the way, I'm doing it August 12th, Moncks Corner, South Carolina, Berkeley High School. I'll be doing it again this year, my book bag giveaway. I'm going to give out bundles.
800.
It makes me wonder, why is she donating free haircuts and fake hair to young ladies? Why not donate, books or, something for a computer lab, things of that nature? That's how I would imagine, but once again, it tells you what's more important in the community, fashion and looks, as opposed to, something more substance like education.
585-1051. We're talking Sexy Red. People are mad at her. People are mad at the school because she went to the school. They thought she was performing. She didn't perform, but she went there to give boys haircuts and girls bundles. We'll talk about it more when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hello, who's this?
It's Jason.
Jason, what's up? Talk to us.
Man, I want to comment on this, man. This is an artist trying to promote her craft, man. And so she going to do what she do to promote her craft. But if she never performed at that school, and she did something positive, why is they focusing on the small stuff that you see all these artists do when they do stuff like this?
Because we live in an era where everybody got to focus on the negative. Nobody ever wants to focus on the positive. We always got to find a way to tear somebody down. Because it's Sexy Red, mad little boys got haircuts and mad little girls got bundles.
One last thing I'd like to say, it reminds me of when I was younger. I believe the congresswoman's name was Dolores Tucker. She had basically came out when gangster rap was growing in the late 80s, early 90s. And she basically was talking about how it's basically, pretty much a bad thing and ruining the black community at that particular point. And as a young man, I remember hearing about it, but it didn't really resonate with me. But then again, I was young. I was like a teenager. So this is not for the teenagers to really understand and know. This is for the adult to know. And I remember she had said this.
I am here to put the nation on notice that violence perpetuated against women through the music industry in the forms of gangster rap and misogynist lyrics will not be tolerated any longer. Principle must come before profit. A year ago, I established the National Political Congress of Black Women's Entertainment Commission, headed by Dionne Warwick, Melba Moore, Terry Rossi of Billboard magazine, and Vaughn Alexander, our director. It had one primary goal: the task of examining and developing strategies and solutions for reshaping and maintaining positive images to preserve the dignity and the heritage of our youth, instead of continuously exposing our youth to negative media that distorts their images of male-female relationships, that undermines the stability of our families, communities, and nation by encouraging violence, abuse, and sexism as acceptable behaviors, and perpetuates the cycle of low self-esteem of African-American youth.
So it looks like that's like what, 90 something. So 30 years later, things are 10 times worse. She was very prophetic back then. And if you look at the history, when she made that statement about putting profit over principle, the record label executives, they were smart, because if you notice that, I think like 2 years after that or a year after that, Lil' Kim came out with her famous album, Hardcore, and Foxy Brown came out her famous album, Il Nana, I think it was called. And these were two ladies that were groomed by famous male rappers. Lil' Kim was groomed by, Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G., and Foxy Brown was groomed by Jay-Z. So they got smart. Let's just circumvent the system here. Instead of having a lot of just male rappers denigrating women, let's get female rappers to do it. So if anything, it made things worse. Foxy Brown to Lil' Kim to Trina to Kaya to Nicki Minaj to now, Sexy Red. So Sexy Red ain't do nothing new nowadays. It's just something that's progressed and is getting worse as time's going by.
All right, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is, man, 100% Remy human hair bundles cost between $40 and $150. Salute Sexy Red. I don't even know how many she bought, but I know that was a nice little pretty penny if she had to buy it for a whole school. Mm-hmm. So salute to that woman, man, for making, easing the burden of somebody having to pay for some bundles, man. Salute to her.
Wake that ass up.
Yeah. Salute to a rapper for buying fake hair for young ladies. God. Oh, man. As a black man, I have to admit, while researching and making this video, I had moments of feeling embarrassed. Embarrassed that things like this are tolerated and supported, especially by men, who are the majority of the callers on the show. But anyway, yeah. So you let me know. Leave a comment down below. Tell me, do you think it was okay that a high school invited the promiscuous PoundTown rapper, Sexy Red, to a high school event?